All right, also LR Super 17 has the Extreme Z Awakening details. They are all out right now. I have not taken a look just yet. This is this week's content. Again, hoping that LR Super 17 is going to be very good. Fingers crossed. I think that he'll be built mostly for the GT Bosses team, but let's see what's going to go on with this guy. I mean, let's just hop right into his kit. So, yeah, GT Bosses Androids, key 4, 170%. That makes sense. 200% attack and defense, chance performing a crit, and damage reduction rates plus 17%, and then 2 key per rainbow keys for obtain. That's actually really good. Again, we'll bring up 17 just as an example, but keep in mind, you know, he only got the 70% reduction after receiving an attack, so they gave him a baseline extra 17% reduction. And when it comes to GT bosses, physical mega rainbow orb changes and Texan both rainbow orb change. So there's going to be lots of rainbow orbs for this guy to get, because before his EZA he definitely had some key issues at times. So now he should be looking pretty good with key, with this key too as well. Alright, so per Android, Target Goku or GT Bosses category ally in the same turn, 150% attack and defense. So with that in mind, he is going to get an extra just 150 total, including himself. That's really good. So that's what, 350% start of turn? Okay. When there's another Androids or Target Goku category ally attacking in the same turn. So no GT boss character there. I mean, why would they do? I mean, okay, I know why. Omega gives the extra damage reduction, so it's actually not that big of a deal, and the support. So okay, so if he's off GT bosses, he'll get this. So he'll have rainbow orb changing. Okay. Defense 170%, which makes up for losing out the Omega support. And then 17% reduction, which again makes up for missing out on the Omega support. Because I was thinking about it the other way, but now, you know, really think about GT bosses, he might not need that much damage reduction, right? For every rainbow keys for obtained, he launches an additional with a great chance to be a super up to 2 times. Okay, we'll take that. So I think getting 2 rainbow keys will be very common with this guy at the bare minimum. It's again so much rainbow orb changing going on. When using the active skill or when attacking with 17 or more keys, 70% attack and defense and then 17% crit chance. They changed this from after receiving an attack to when receiving an attack. He gets 100% defense and 17% reduction. So this guy will have 34% baseline reduction. If he is on an Android or Target Goku kind of rotation, he does on top of that get the extra 17%, so that is 51% damage reduction. Let me actually take a look here. Is this guy on Target Goku? No, he's not on Target Goku. 17 we know is on Target Goku, but I don't know. I don't think there's another GT bosses character that is on Target Goku. I should have actually brought up the Target Goku category. Let me double check that. Where is this? And then we'll bring up Android as well, because there shouldn't be any Android GT bosses. No, Baby is on it. I missed it. Okay. So Baby's on rotation. This guy does get 70% reduction on GT bosses when Baby's on rotation, which is not an uncommon thing. If only this guy was usable in most content, you could actually consistently get that up. This 17's on there, but yeah, I mean, basically all the babies are on here, which is useful. If you had like one other good baby, that'd be really nice. And again, Golden Frieza and 17, you are also on Omega's team. So honestly, with LR Golden Frieza, this guy and that guy, you could actually get 17's full passive decently. Again, if you're not running full GT bosses, you could 100% have like 3 floating kind of Target Goku characters, and this guy will have his full reduction on that GT bosses team still, the Omega Shinron setup for sure. And you know, with Androids, not a team right now, but hopefully in the future it could be something interesting. So not bad at all, actually. Okay, not when you really think and look about the team, right? And he'll get that 170% defense. So for every attack received, we have to go to the second part of the passive here. It's very end. He gets 10% attack, defense, and chance crit up to 70%, and then key 1 up to 7. So he no longer has a high chance for the key, which is really good. Let's see here. So his 18 key actually does allow him to greatly stack attack. Okay. And then great lowers defense. Then his 12 key is a 50% attack raise and a 30% defense raise for the turn, colossal damage, and it lowers defense. So let's actually do the math for this guy real quick here. So what defense is he at? Just like without anything. 15,506. Pretty huge defensive style, all things considered. And I believe he is on Omega's full leader skill, if I'm not mistaken, because Omega does have the Battle of Fate team, of course, and 17. I believe 17 is on Battle of Fate, is he not? Yep, there we go. So again, we could do the full 220% defense. And again, we're looking at his defensive stat right here. So 837, 32. Let's go ahead and so if we count all of his start of turn buffs, let's say he does have a target Goku character in rotation. I think that's not impossible to consider. He will have the 200% starter turn just baseline. He gets 150% in total. It does depend on which category is more there. So let's say you're running full GT bosses. Let's ignore this right here. Let's just say you're running full GT bosses, right? So he's gonna get that, and then he gets 70% when attacking. He gets 70% when being built up and 100% when receiving defense. So let's say if this guy's in a slot 1 position, so we'll do 350% right there. Then when he's receiving an attack, well, he also has GT. Let's give him the GT link. Then when he receives an attack, that's 170% there. That is 1.1 million defense start of turn without a target Goku character. But let's say he actually, let's get rid of this. That's 350. Let's make this just 300% here. Let's give him the extra 170% defense that he would get. Starter turn actually, well, actually, let me redo the math real quick. Okay, so we're looking at it, he'd be at 4.7 right there. Then we can do 477, 272, because let's say you have 2 allies, right? Which I think is the minimum for his passive. You'll have 2 of the allies. Him and GT bosses ally, or him and target Goku ally, either one of those would work. Then of course he does get 170% defense when receiving an attack, but let's also include the GT link as well. So that's 524,999. Then let's give him the 170% defense when receiving an attack, and this guy's at 1.4 million defense, but he would also have the 17% damage reduction on top of that. So he could be at this level with 70% reduction. Looks pretty overall decent to me. I mean, if he's not going to be slot 1 tanking supers, though, is what I would say. But if we do consider him post-attacking, he will get another 70% defense, right? And that's also considering he gets fully built up. So let's say that's another 70% defense here. Then if he gets 2 additional supers, that's usually about the 3 mil defense with nearly 70% reduction. That's pretty good. But we do gotta keep in mind, this guy does need to build up. He won't have his full reduction instantly with Omega Shenron. I guess, you know, I didn't even consider Omega support either. Oh, yeah, actually, I did not consider Omega Shenron support here because he would have a lot more. Okay, when we think about Omega's 2-turn support, though, things are looking pretty good for this guy, actually. I like him overall. He might be a little troublesome. I wish he had like a turn 1 guard, is what I would say. The only thing I would give this guy is like a 1-turn guard. But overall, this guy does look to be pretty good. I'm actually a fan of what this guy's EZA is shaping up to be. So again, we'll try him out when he actually does release, which should be again. But we know that he releases on the 6th. Right, very late at night, or the 7th, depending on your time zone. So we'll have his data download later today. We do know that there's some events upcoming too. Let's just take a look here. Information of upcoming content. Union Master new stages, Extreme Super Battle Road, and then the stages 4 to 6 of the Giant Form Clash. Okay. So, I mean, there we go. 17 looks good, but this is, again, going to be a little bit of another slow week for Dokkan, but we'll still be pumping out action content at least. So let me know what y'all thinking. I appreciate y'all for watching, and catch you guys next time.